Krysta in Santa Rosa, California. See more better here with freeprescriptionlenses.com. And today I'm going to cut, let me get your lenses here. Your Versace 3225, size 54. Actually, this is the color GB1, the classic black and gold. But first, I want to give a shout out to her husband Kevin and her son Kyle, who are getting this for her birthday. So let me go ahead and begin. Let me open up your Versace case. Of course, you got the Versace cleaning cloth. This is the frame that you wanted. It comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together while it's being shipped from Italy, because all Versaces are made in Italy. It has the Medusa up front, which so many Versaces have now, and then the 3 gold rings on both sides. Again, this is the Versace 3225 color GB1 in the 54 eye size. So let me pop out your original demo lenses, one of which says Versace. Let me clean up my mess from yesterday. And let's put it into the tracing element of my blocker, and I'm going to barcode this into the computer. You are Secret Agent 746, or as I like to say, thank you for watching installment number 746 of my 325 million volume series of making a pair of glasses for everyone in America. I'm on person 746, so stay tuned and we'll keep on going. I'm going to hit start. Little stylus is going to pop up and go around and trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame first before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic Versace frame and you'll receive 1 free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number. So if you have vision insurance or unused health savings account flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether they are prescription or not. So that is the shape of the lens we'll be cutting. You don't believe me? There it is. Let's move it on to the next screen. Pupillary distance is 62, so that's 31 in each eye. The computer starts at 32.5, so we're going to tap the minus button a few times till we get to 31. I do want to raise the optical center height up to 22. Because you're looking through the top quadrant of the lens. We're going to come down here to the lensometer. Your prescription reads +1, -1 at 90. Let's put the power drum on +1. Find the right lens. +1, -1 at 90. Take the lens out of the sleeve. Put it into the lensometer. Rotate it until the spherical component comes into view. And how about that? This thing is plano on the 180. So let's see where the center of the lens is. That rarely happens. There is no power going left and right this way. All the power is vertically on the lens. Pretty cool, huh? Put 3 dots on the lenses. Darken that third one because it never does it as well. Put an R on here for right. Let's do the same thing for the left. +1 1/4, -1 at 90. You are almost symmetrical. We're going to stay, well, we got to move it to +1 1/4. Keep it on the 90. Take the lens out of the sleeve. Rotate it until, hang on, went the wrong way. Now +1 1/4. Find the correct power on the lens. Actually can center this one fairly well. Put 3 dots on the lenses. Actually have a +1/4 power on the 180th meridian. I'll go over that. Let's give you some new tidbits in this one. Put an L on here, which is Latin for not right. And in case any of you guys missed that, let me recap. Hey, I tell you, but I get emails telling people they use that joke. I ought to get a commission on that every time y'all use that. So, oops, let me get some new ones. This is a, come on, get back in there. This is a block, or as I like to call him, Jenny from the Block. Which I have no idea. I just know it's a song. My wife watches every J-Lo movie ever made, so that's right. I'm talking about you, honey. So I need 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I've got a couple here. Let's line this up. The black side is the sticky side. I'm going to stick that onto the first block, throw that on there, do the same thing for the second. Now on the back is a little silver magnet. It's going to do its job twice today. The first time it's going to attach itself to another magnet there in the arm. Let me pull the paper away again to make the black side sticky. Line up the magnet. And the reason why I put those 3 dots on there, it tells me that the lens is oriented in there perfectly. So you can see those 3 dots. The blue cross is the geometric center of the frame. This, your eye is just above that and inset from there. That is going to be where the optical center is. These 2 dots tells me that it's oriented in there perfectly. Hit the button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing for the left lens. We'll pull the paper away, make the black side sticky, line up the magnet, find the left lens. Your pupillary distance has been mirrored from the right side over to the left. We're staying at 31, same optical center height. And get everything lined up perfectly and hit the button. The arm comes down and places the block onto the left lens. I'll need that in a moment. So this is the actual edger. This is what's going to do all the work while I run my mouth. It costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out, buy their own, put it on your kitchen counter. Then you can cut your own lenses at home, make your own bad jokes, and you won't need this guy with the two thumbs to do it for you. The actual cutting wheel is over here on the far left. It's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away your lens material until it's the final size. This wheel in the center that has that channel, that valley, that's what's going to put the V-shaped bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. So I'm going to wake up the computer. You are Secret Agent 746. 746. These are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index plastic, or Trivex, I would select that. I'm not going to polish the edge of the lens because it's not going to be seen in this frame. I'm not going to put a safety bevel on the front convex surface of the lens. I'm only going to put a safety bevel on the rear concave surface of the lens. Let me drop that down and let's go ahead. Oh, I got to put the lens in there. Good old R. So how come all pirate movies are rated R? Oh God, another bad joke. All right, so don't worry, I won't introduce that into the repertoire. So the door closes, the clamp shuts, the lens is going to be traced by two white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. And you can see as it's going around tracing the shape of the right side of the frame. And the old carpenter saying measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. In just a moment, the lens will drop down onto the cutting wheel. Now, if you see light flickering in the background, that is water running to catch the optical sawdust as it comes off the cutting wheel. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic, high index plastic, and Trivex lenses cut wet, meaning that water sprays onto the lens for the duration of the cutting cycle. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry. Now, water will spray onto the lens for the last 20 seconds just to wash away any optical debris that you may see beginning to form on the edge of the lenses. Now, polycarbonate lenses are 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They are virtually unbreakable. They are high impact ballistics grade lenses, so that it's the same. I'm sorry, my wife, I was thinking about something my wife told me yesterday, and I'll tell y'all too. But it's the same lens material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes, as well as the same material that OSHA has in safety glasses for people who work in factories or people who do landscaping, and should be wearing that. But it also has 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin there in Santa Rosa, California. This is permanent and never needs to be reapplied. So my wife was telling me that her nephew was weed eating yesterday, or the day before yesterday, and he just had a small patch. And normally he says he wears some safety glasses or safety goggles, just non-prescription ones he got at Lowe's or Home Depot, but he didn't put them on, and he was weed eating. A rock flew up and hit him in the eye, and he nearly lost his eye. So you need everyone wear eye protection, especially something, even if you get hit in the eye with this, it's only going to hit the lens. The lens will not break. So the other nice thing about your lenses, they are aspheric. Aspheric simply means not spherical. A spherical lens is completely round in every direction. Gives you an ugly cosmetic fishbowl appearance. So these lenses have a flatter curvature to fit in today's flatter curvature frames. So not only are they thinner and lighter, but the front curvature of the lens is flatter to give you a wider field of view and a better cosmetic look without that fishbowl appearance. Now you also have the anti-glare coating, which is 3 features in one. The anti-glare reduces glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead fluorescent lights and such. But it also goes by the initials ARC, which stands for anti-reflective coating. So it reduces reflection, so when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their reflection in your glasses. I will open the door with my mind now. But if you take a selfie, or if someone else takes a picture with a flash, you won't see the flash lit up in your lens. You'll see just your eyes. And the third feature that I like, which is the practical side, the machine that applies the anti-glare coating costs well over $1 million, and it takes over 24 hours to vaporize 8 different coatings onto your lens. So because of the time and the expense, they put the hardest scratch coating possible on the anti-glare lenses to protect your time and investment. So, the door closes, the clamp shuts, the lens is going to be traced by the 2 white styluses again. You can see as it's going around tracing the shape of the left side of the frame, and then measuring the thickness of the lens to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness possible, of which you got none in your frame. Krysta, you got no edge thickness. Partially based on your prescription, partially based on the thinner, lighter weight lenses that I use, and it's always a good idea to use the plastic frames as well, because that hides more edge thickness than a skinny metal. So let's take the block off, dry that off with my hand, put that sticker on top for now. We're going to come down here to the lensometer. The nice thing is I don't have to turn the axis wheel, it's still at 90. I'm going to put it in above that black dot there and read the power, and I am getting +1. The unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R, and it starts at 0, going up in 0.25, essentially quarter increments from there, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1. So you're on the 4th rung of the ladder. You are farsighted. You need 4 steps of magnification. That's why there's a plus sign, in order to see far away. Now, with your glasses off, everything is too small, so you put your glasses on, they magnify with the plus sign. Once everything is the correct size, we still have another 4 steps of astigmatism correction. So you have 2 curves on your eye, a spherical curve this way, which is +1. You have a second curve on your eye this way, which is -1, and it's how we line up those 2 curves to make everything nice and crisp. Now, think of that as the fine-tune knob. That fine-tune knob can start at 0, go to 90 to 180. So we're going to turn that knob to 90. Now 90 degrees away, let's go ahead and check your astigmatism correction. And by the way, y'all, there's a stigma over the word astigmatism. It just means shape. Without corrected astigmatism, 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F, or E and F. So that's the fine-tune knob that we turn to 90. So after we've turned the knob to check the power, we are getting 0, which is plano, no power. The +1 -1 is at 90 degrees. So when I check, which is the vertical meridian, when you go up and down, when you look left to right in the lens, you have no power. +1 -1 equals 0, and that's where we're at. That's why when I put the lens in there and tried to center it, I couldn't find the center because there was no crosshairs of a scope that I'm looking through in there. Now your left eye, +1 1/4 -1, you actually have a total power of +1/4, 1 step on the 180 meridian. So you have the power here on the 90 for your right eye, no power on the 180. So that's why when I get a lens and I can rotate it, you have 1 power this direction, the second power this way. You have a +1. This is called the optical cross. You learned this in school. -1. Halfway between you have -50. So that's called an oblique meridian when it's at this direction. So there's also one this way. All right, enough coloring. Let me get back to work. So we're going to come down here, grab your lens out of the edger. Thank you, Chuck, Charles, Chi-Chi, CeeLo. All right, y'all email me what you want me to call the Chuck from now on. So, and since everyone in her family, Krysta's husband is named Kevin, their son Kyle, everything is with a K. Maybe I have to spell Chuck with a K. That's going to be hard to do. I can end it with a K, but starting with a K, I've done harder things in life. So let's see what we can come up with. So take the block off, dry that off there. Let's see if there's any other little places down low we can put it. There's a little gap right there. Has a little wing, so we're going to stick that on there, press that down. It is growing. It is growing. If you guys have been watching my videos, it's growing. It's alive. So I don't have to turn the fine-tune knob. We're still at 90. Put it in above that black dot. I can see it. I don't know if you guys can. And we're getting +1 1/4, 1 tick mark above 1 in the plus. Going downward, we get to 0. Keep going down into the red. Those are the minus powers. Plus powers are in the black. Let's check your astigmatism correction. and we end up at +1/4, 1 tick mark away from 0. So that's perfect. Now your pupillary distance is 62. Flip the card over, place my PD stick against your thumb on the right lens, hold it up to the left lens. We're getting, well, let me darken that for y'all. Come on, y'all. Again, if you guys missed any of that, it's not going to go that way. If you guys missed any of that, alright, I won't do it twice. No need to recap. Alright, so place the PD stick against my thumb on the right lens. When we hold it up to the left lens, we're getting 62 millimeters, so that is cut perfectly. Now this is the portion in every video that as I clean your lenses, I mentioned that when you get these in the mail and free shipping anywhere in the US, when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get them, and I'm part of that 80%, and I'll show you guys in just a moment. But I'm going to get them in standard alignment first. Let me use your cleaning cloth. I field test every cleaning cloth to make sure that it works. So when you get these in the mail and there's a wrinkle in there, you know that it works. So not only that, I send out a selfie request to have your picture on the website and cleaning instructions, not only on your Versace, well, not only on your frame and lenses, which is the most critical, but also on your Versace cleaning cloth and the microfiber premium cleaning cloth that I provide, as well as the case. So it too will last you for years. No other seller on the internet does that, I am told. But the standard alignment is also known as the 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set it on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, I'm part of that 80%. When I take mine off and I set them down, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. That's because my right ear is lower than my left ear. Or is my left ear higher than my right? I can't remember. It's one of the two. Either my right ear is lower or my left ear is higher. Of course, it's all perspective, ain't it? So, but those of you keeping score at home, I'm wearing the Versace 3245, which has the same little Medusa right up front as they're doing on so many of their frames now. Hey, wait, that's the wrong pair. Let me put these on so I can see what I'm doing. Flip these over, press down, there is no wobble. Close the temples. Oh, make sure they overlap perfectly, and neither one is askew like that, but they do overlap perfectly. So that's that. If anyone has any questions, you can email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com or simply click the contact me button on the website. I forgot to mention, if you like what you've seen, or if you didn't, still go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram as freeprescriptionlenses.com and on Twitter as freerxlenses. But Krysta in Santa Rosa, California, married to Kevin and son Kyle, who are getting these for your birthday. I hope you enjoyed watching as I cut prescription lenses for your Versace 3225 color GB1 in the 54 eye size. And again, if anyone has any questions, you can leave a question or comment in the comment section below. I'm See More Better. All of you can agree that's Mo Better, and now you can see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.